Hello and welcome back to LIT, Lisa's Initial Thoughts. Today I want to talk about fellow citizens. And I want to read Ephesians 2 verse 19, and it reads, "Now therefore ye are no strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of a household of God." This was a shift from being strangers and aliens to being part of God's family and having a place within the kingdom, regardless of the background. All are welcome. Jesus died for all mankind, and all are equal in the eyes of God. We are all one family, Jews and Gentiles alike. Now I want to read 2 Corinthians 6, verses 14 through 18. "Ye be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what concord has Christ with Baal? Or what part has he that believeth with an infidel?" Excuse me for being tongue-tied. "And what agreement has the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people." Verse 17. "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you." Verse 18. "And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, said the Lord Almighty." Revelation 18:4. "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not her plagues." Saints of God, we must not associate with those that do not believe in the principles of God. God tells us to be not unequally yoked, and sometimes we think of that in the form of marriage. We always think of marriage or someone dating or like that. But God also likens that unto believers versus unbelievers. And it's not that you'd pin yourself better than them, but what God is saying is that it's kind of hard to keep your whole mind, soul, and body focused on Him when you have someone that is against Him, because sometimes you're going to find yourself straddling the fence, and we're told by God that you cannot serve two masters. So God tells us, "Be not thou unequally yoked," even when it comes to people that we associate with, because those relationships are more important than you think. And sometimes we do find ourselves compromising for the sake of friendship. So to be fellow citizens in God's kingdom means being a part of God's kingdom. We should be different than those that have not chosen to follow Christ. We should be different. And if we are trying to keep company with them and keep company with God, it really doesn't work. But I know personally, I have friends that are unbelievers, that don't believe in God, and those friendships are like, I would almost put them in the category of associates, really, and not so much a friendship, because there are people that I respect, people that I can talk to, maybe go out to lunch with, but as far as my principles and me wanting to desire to live right for Christ and walk right for Christ and do right for Christ, sometimes you can find yourself compromising for the sake of friendship. So God is telling us to be not thou unequally yoked, and be careful who we keep friends with. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm not saying get rid of your friends, downgrade your friends. I'm not saying anything like that, because the choice is yours to make. The one thing that I will say about the loving God that we do serve, He gives us a choice. But I know that if you are not strong enough when you're wanting to follow God and you're hanging out with people or a person that doesn't follow God, you have to be careful that their strength doesn't make you weak. So that's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for tuning in to LIT, Lisa's Initial Thoughts. These are just my initial thoughts. And if you like it, you can subscribe. If you like it, you can share it. You can also have others, maybe join the channel if you so like. If you feel like I'm putting things up that they may benefit from as well, you can always have them join and subscribe. But saints of God, until we meet again, stay safe, stay blessed, and most of all, please stay in the fight. Thank you.